Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the text, and then we'll step through a few pages on the text. Then we'll go ahead and open Dreamweaver, the Dreamweaver that you've already installed, the trial version, and go ahead and open some files, make some edits, and then save the files as the text reads. So with that, we have the first page in our text for lesson 1, and then with all these lessons there are some concept things, some text. Read that, keep moving forward. Also with Dreamweaver there's coding involved, just as relates to this particular page. Let's see, a little bit about mobile design and so on. Okay, workspaces. Continue to read. Okay, a little bit more about what you'll see within the CSS Designer. Okay, live view and live code. Okay, so a live view, and you can see code at the same time, side by side. So you're familiar with this, with the code, and this is what the live view will look like at this with the specific code as presented. Let's see, we'll just keep working through here, and then it talks a little bit more about Photoshop Smart Objects, and then support for content management systems, and so on. A little bit of introductory stuff. It continues on. Okay, let's see. Now at this point, this is where we go ahead and get started within our tutorial. So we're going to go ahead and launch Dreamweaver. When we get that done, choose File, Open, and then load this basic HTML file. Now remember what we have on our lessons. We have, like for instance, your homework, MART 145, Fall 215, or Spring 216, whatever it might be, whichever semester. And then we had our HTML and I had student data files, and then the tutorial assignments listed. An example of that. Dreamweaver, I think we'll do the same thing. So we have almost the same thing. So we have our DW lesson, and I just called it. Remember, it was called on the download DW lessons _2. I just went ahead and added student data files to that, just so I was understood, just so it was a little bit clearer, I guess. And then we have DW lessons, and then all of these lessons. We'll just work within these lessons. These are basically those student data files. Okay. Now let's go ahead and find Dreamweaver and open it up. Within Windows 8 or Windows 10, I suspect, you'll be able to find wherever Dreamweaver is. Where did I see it? Oh, right here. So for me, that's where it'll load from. So we have the trial version here. It'll take just a second to load. Okay, as soon as it loads, it goes right to this welcome screen. Tries to get you to buy. This is what Dreamweaver will look like then. We can go ahead into, you can insert different HTML components. Go to the CSS Designer, Files. This is what your site will end up looking like from a file structure perspective. Let's go back to Insert. What it wants you to do with the text, let's find that text right there. So choose File and Open, and then we want to go ahead and navigate to the DW01 Lessons folder, and then select Basic HTML.html. Our HTML text actually had our extensions for our web pages, web pages as HTML. Dreamweaver uses HTML. Doesn't matter. It's just simply what each chooses. It's a preference that each particular text chooses. So let's go grab that. Okay, File, Open. Now I had navigated here already, but if we look at this, we might end up somewhere around, remember where we are, MART 145, Dreamweaver, Dreamweaver Lessons, Student Data Files, Dreamweaver Lessons, DW01 Lessons. Okay, they're all the files that we've looked at in the last video. So we have basic HTML, CSS styles, images, index, and whitespace HTML plus the images. Again, that looks very much like, exactly like what you did in the HTML portion. We'll just double click on basic HTML. It'll go ahead and load. Now, I think if I recall, your first screen will come up just a little bit different. It'll come up with this, the actual page. What it asks you to do then is select the split button in the document toolbar. Okay, so it'll show you where to find all of the buttons. So we'll just go ahead and go to split, and then we can see what the text looks like. We can see what the GUI, what the page looks like, and what the actual code looks like. Okay. Now then, take a look at line 10, and so on and so on and so on. So just follow those steps all the way through. Step 3, highlight the line, this text will appear inside of the paragraph at the bottom. And you can see what they're getting at. They're just getting you familiar with how Dreamweaver functions. So let's go ahead and you go to step 5, and then step 6. So there are kind of mini lessons within much of this. Step 6, save. Click Save to save your work, and then choose File and Close. So they'll want us to let's see, what did it ask for specifically? File and save. That's what I thought. I don't think I made any changes, did I? How about this? Changes. There we go. And then we should be able to go File and Save, and then it wants us to go File and Close. Okay, and then we just go on. So that's step 6. Next page, it starts to go down to placing images in HTML. So choose File and Open, and this time open the Images HTML folder. File, Open, Images HTML. Okay, so that's we'll go ahead and close this at this point in time. That's how this text works. That's how the mini lessons, if you will. Some will be larger lessons. Some will be smaller lessons. Just follow the steps 2, 3, 4, and so on throughout the entire lesson, and read the text and just move on through that page by page. And I think then you get to the end of lesson 1. All the files that you will have worked with will be changed within your DW01 lessons. Okay, and then you can just go ahead and save the files, submit that particular lesson to Moodle. I'll have a short video for that, and then move right on to lesson 2. So very similar to our HTML text. Of course, we're doing more complicated things with the GUI and understanding how HTML and the GUI kind of work together. But that's the size of it. So if you have any questions or comments, please contact me. Thank you.